The last I heard was that you're still thinking about having the whole concert for. That was the last I heard.
Well, it would be. We'll have to have a look. But it was a reasonable concert. I've heard the audio of it, and the concert was we actually played okay.
Yeah. We were lucky.
Yeah, we got it right on the last show. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of footage to look at, but maybe we'll be able to do that. But that's kind of like a separate film in a way, isn't it? That's like The Last Waltz. Something like that.
You mentioned in the movie when there's footage of that 80s gig with you're supposed to have the video projections, but it ends up being a TV. And you mentioned later that this final gig in Sheffield might be a way to do that right. Did you feel closure at all from the entire process?
It's weird. I don't know whether I felt closure during the actual concert or after the actual concert. But then when I saw the bit where all the kind of snow comes down at the end, that's at the end of the film, and I thought, oh yeah, actually we did do that properly this time. So it was like, that's it. Where do you go after you've made it snow indoors? There's nowhere to go. I don't know, so maybe it is the end of that.
Was there at any point a moment where Canada was not sure if she could do it again? Did she let you know that? Was the rest of the band part of that decision-making process?
No. With Candida, I've always known that she'd got issues with arthritis and stuff, but she never mentioned it to us. I was quite surprised that she mentioned it to you, because she'd never ever discussed it, and I think just because she didn't want to make a big deal out of it, or maybe she thought that we were very heartless, or something. I don't know, but
you think she might have thought you would replace her for the gig if she couldn't quite do it?
Well, that wouldn't have happened anyway, because the thing about PULP is that nobody that's ever been in the band was chosen for any kind of musical ability. I know that sounds a bit silly, but the decisions of right back to the first days of the band, because the band was started when I was in school, and it was really just a way of having a gang, of not being a sporting person or something like that. So wanting to have, a little thing that was your own thing. So it was like a fantasy to have a band. So, like for instance, the first bass player we had, he was a bit sporty, so he thought of songs as a race. And this is true. So we would try and play a song, and he'd just go, done it. It was like, if he played all the notes that were in the thing, then he'd stop and say, I won, like it was a race to get to the end of the song for the rest of the band, so he didn't last very long. But it was always things like that, and so it's never been a kind of a muso band, it was always a group of people who kind of enjoyed hanging out together, and then it was a way of trying to find some way of making ourselves sound palatable, and that would take a long time. I mean, we rehearsed for about a year before we started playing these shows. That's why I'd say it's quite amazing that eventually we managed to sound okay.